Thank you, Mindy, for that great presentation. So today we are going to talk about Agile HR, and we are talking about new cultures, a learning culture that leads to greater business agility for the whole organization. So I'm going to share my presentation with you, and please enter as much questions as possible so that we may answer them after the speech. I think the talk will take around 50 minutes, something like that. Is that okay, Mindy?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so how much time do we have in total today?
You have an hour and a half.
Okay, great. So it's about 50 minutes talk, and then we'll spend the rest answering questions.
Sounds good.
Good. Then I will be sharing my screen with you and the presentation for today. Okay, I am the founder of Agile People, which is a network of dedicated Agile People coaches around the world who are all passionate about combining people and Agile to create a greater engagement. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason why so few engage in it. This is a quote by Henry Ford, and it says something about the way he viewed people. A few people in the top create structures of micromanagement that flows top down. He divided people into workers and thinkers. The workers were used for their bodies, and the thinkers did all of the thinking. So this is how it could look like in a Ford factory from that time. And people were indeed a part of machinery. The organization was seen as a machine that could be optimized by optimizing the pieces, and the pieces being human resources, people. Scientific management, also called Taylorism, was a theory of management that analyzed workflows, and its main objective was improving economic efficiency, especially labor productivity. And it was one of the earliest attempts to apply science to the engineering of processes and to management. And it was highly effective for meeting challenges of the time, which was mainly about industrial manufacturing and logistics. So they built management systems of standardization to create efficiency at the production line. How we view other people becomes the first and most important learning here. Douglas MacGregor wrote a book in the end of the 1950s. It's called The Human Side of the Enterprise. And in that book, he wrote about theory X and theory Y. And this is a theory about how the human mind works. We can either view people as if they are X or Y. So X means that people are lazy, they are unmotivated by nature, they don't want to take responsibility unless you bribe them with carrots or sticks. Theory Y means that people want to be the best people they can be in their lives. They want to take responsibility, and they want to create value for some other customer group or other people. And if they get the right conditions to do so, they will also deliver. So it all starts with how we view other people and what kind of structures we believe that we need to build to set them up for success, or maybe the lack of structures, because how we view people affects how we structure our management processes. This is another example of the X view of people played out in history. And this time we are in the ironing department. And today these women are actually replaced by robots. And for them, it was about doing the same thing over and over again. And the challenge was to make the flows as effective as possible and to standardize processes. The women on this picture didn't have a say in how things should be done. It was all carefully thought out by a few persons in the top, and they were just doing what they were told. If we instead move to the future of work, this is the transition that we see will happen. And it has already started, and it has also been speeded up by the pandemic going on right now. Artificial intelligence and robotics will probably ultimately create more work, not less, much like today. And there won't be a shortage of jobs in the future, but there will be a shortage of skills if we don't take the right steps and develop the competence according to the skill need. The majority of the workforce will probably freelance by 2027, so the employee form will be less common in organizations. Remote work becomes the norm. People will have a new geographic freedom. They can decide wherever they want to work from. And it has already started with the COVID virus.